Assalamu alaikum, y'all. I've had a request from one of our brothers to see the garden, and we start out here with a rosemary bush that our Afghan friend Modir Gul, every time he comes over, he has to come stroke it. And we don't grow grass here. We let the grass go natural. Got some teeny little miniature hyacinth coming up. The squirrels planted those for us. We had started them somewhere else. And I am very politically motivated, so I put signs in my yard. I guess I need to get where you can read it. So you can see we had a Palestinian flag in the yard, but someone stole it. Anyway, here's a peach tree. It bloomed. I don't think it's setting any fruit, but we have to wait and see. But, and I have to work hard to keep the sun from silhouetting everything. But here in our front yard, we have 3 beds. 2 of them are about 25 feet long. And this is our onions and garlic. As you see, they're going gangbusters. Look really, really good. We're pleased with them this year. And I don't think you can see yet. We've got a little bit of beets here. And further up, we've got carrots. And right now, they all look alike. But they're just now coming up. And then you see we put eggshell. Got comfrey. This larger leaf is comfrey. And this flower you see with the little purple blossoms on it is actually edible for us, but it's called purple dead nettle, and the bees love it. And we have 8 beehives in the backyard, and during the warmer part of the day, they're out here all over these blossoms. And we have volunteer, they call this Scotch kale. Scotch kale that came up. And that's because we let the kale go to seed and the seeds came out. And here we're going to have squash in the bigger bales. And down the center is where we're going to put our tomatoes, which are kind of ready. They're almost ready to put in the ground. But you see, we've got really, really young squash coming up. And my husband, Charlie, some of you know him as Dawood, is going to go get more straw. And we've planted this in straw bales. Might as well weed while I'm standing here, right? All right, you got a little bit of squash coming up here. These are different types of squash. These really, my husband's real bad about tagging what he plants, so he doesn't remember what varieties, but we have like 4 varieties of squash. We've got these trellises here. We've got some brassicas planted in the front, and then behind that is going to be things like peas, and up here we're going to do the yard-long beans and the Indian beans that you all convinced me to try this year. Going to be up here. We've got spinach underneath these 2 trellises. This is my tropical bed. We've got lemongrass. Some people call it fever grass. And that should come back this spring. If you don't cut it back and you leave it like this, it gives it insulation against the cold. You got a little bit of dead nettle. When it dies back, we have some perennials that will come back and feed us. We've got turmeric and ginger, and they'll be poking back up probably late May. The plum tree almonds. All the fruit trees have kind of passed with their blooming. But this is the front garden. This is opened up overnight. This wasn't like this yesterday. Isn't that pretty? The tulip. Oh, it's a cold wind blowing. It's so cold. Look, the man who's sitting on our porch turned into a skeleton. So I'm going to take you to the backyard now. If anyone's wondering what my business name is, there, well, you can't see through my shadow. Heirloom Herbs and Edible Flowers. If any of you want to jot that down, I'll take you to the... All right, going out the back door. Usually this big hooped thing, we usually pull painter's cloth over that, the 6mm plastic, and put our tropical trees in there. But I've sold most of the trees because they're getting kind of old and they're heavy to move. Again, we don't spray any weeds. We don't weed whack the weeds, the dead nettle and such, because it feeds the bees. This is a cherry tree. It's got some cherries coming, just finishing blooming, and it's called a Nanking cherry. It's very prolific, easy to grow. Just stick them in the ground, forget about them. But you got to get those cherries when they start ripening up, because the birds go nuts. They love them. The bay tree, a lot of you I know cook with bay leaf. Does well in the ground here. I got a little bit of frost damage, but it looks like it's recovering from that. We've got stocking towers, and in the towers we have herbs. Like, here's some Greek oregano. I like it the best. God, that smells so good. We've got something that's called chickweed, which you probably all have in your yard, and it's highly nutritious. What we don't eat, we give to the chickens, but we'll pick this and put it in salads and sandwiches. It's full of minerals. There's some strawberries. This thyme plant is probably 4 years old. Oh, I wish you could smell that. That's Maurice, a kitty cat. Now, Brother Atta, maybe he can tell me, hey, Atta, does this look like it's doing okay? This is pineapple guava. Still waiting for it to bloom. Let's see, we've got more thyme. We do a lot of cooking with thyme. This is a Middle Eastern za'atar. And we've got strawberries. Now, I put thyme or put herbs in with the strawberries or in with other plants, and it helps keep the pests away. This whole tower was full of parsley. There's one that survived. And then something came in one night, I kid you not, ate the whole tower. Don't know what it was, but it ate everything in one night. These towers are dedicated to salad. So we've got different types of lettuce and greens for green salad and making sandwiches. We got some garlic chives and regular chives. And those, once you plant them, you've got them if you don't decimate them and over-harvest them. They just keep on giving year after year after year. Blueberry bushes are blooming. These are hugelkultur beds. And if you look up the hugelkultur method from Germany, you'll see what that is. And we've got lots of onions and leeks and shallots. And we've got some brassicas that go in. Already have some cabbage going. And over here, believe me or not, underneath the chickweed are little fava beans, and they're already blooming. And those are my girls. So someone who was asking me about, what were you asking me? Composting. And this is our compost bin. And it's just simply, we got pallets. You can get them at the grower's outlet. They used to be $2. They're charging $4 this year. And you just screw them together and however long you want it. And this is a double bed, so this side of the bed is what we just pulled all the compost out and used that in the garden. That side of the bed is still making, or we like to say still cooking. So the stuff we bring, yard clippings, kitchen scraps, chicken manure, pieces of wood that are too small to use for anything, and we just throw it there, and by July or August that'll look like this soil. If you're composting correctly, you've got plenty of worms in there, it does not smell, and it just does its thing. We keep a kiddie pool to collect a little bit of water, and we allow the leaves to stay in it. Can you see the bees? And the bees come up, and that's their source of drinking water. And if it gets really deep, we let the ducks out of the chicken house, and they come and they splash in it. They think it's good. So over here, hey ladies, you can see what's budding out. This is kiwi. And kiwi climbs the chicken house. And it gives us teeny little kiwis. Oh, there's no need to fight. Hey, guys. Oh, my goodness. Who's making noise? Who's making noise? Huh? How are my girlies? So we use their manure after it's composted a few months. And these chickens all lay different color eggs. That one lays olive green. The lighter color ones give me blue or pink. This one gives me light green. These give me regular chicken colored eggs. And here comes one of the ducks. We have 2 ducks. There she is. I love duck eggs. Great for baking, but I don't do a lot of baking, but I'll fry them up for breakfast. So down the hill, we've got more stuff. Oh, look, the comfrey's are blooming. That's comfrey. And here in late winter, early spring, I do dig these up and sell these plants. They're a gardener's best friend. If you just clip the leaves and grind them up and put them in between your plants, in between plant rows, they give you potassium, phosphorus, calcium. It's wonderful. Or you make compost tea out of them and ladle that over your plants. It's not for human ingestion, but chickens love it to eat it. It can be made into a salve that will take the pain out of bruising, and the old timers used to call it knit bone because you can wrap a broken bone or a broken arm or wrist in it, and it helps you heal. But again, you don't consume it. And the figs are starting to come out. We have about 8 fig trees on the property. This bent over structure used to house peppers that I used to grow year round. I don't do that so much anymore. Let's just face it, I'm getting older and don't have as much energy as I used to have. So sorry for the sun in y'all's eyes. We tilled this up this year, and I think Charlie's going to be doing corn and okra here. These sticks are actually Jerusalem artichokes. Some people call them sunchokes. And you don't cut the sticks, but once they've died back, you could follow the stick all the way to the ground and pull up little potato-like things that are very high in inulin. So if you've got diabetes, it's a source or a potato-like thing to eat that is safe for diabetics. It has low GI index. We just planted some rose bushes. Hopefully these will take off. I do culinary roses, rose tea, rose jam, rose custards, sauces. If you're into Persian food, you've had the rose sauce probably. And Charlie's got potatoes in here. Oh, that's a potato. That's a potato. And looks like they're up all the way up. Now, this spring, once we can start planting, we've got all our planting bags stored here, and they'll be put into these nice plant stands that Charlie built for me. And the neighbor just cut, this used to be all trees, the neighbor just cut almost all the trees down. So we're anticipating being able to grow the peppers here just fine, that they'll get enough sun. So what do we have in the greenhouse? And we use rainwater, we catch rainwater. We also have one of these things that stays full of rainwater. So here we've got our peppers. I'm going to have to put the phone down here and do some watering. But almost all of these are Scotch bonnets. If you're familiar with a Jamaican Scotch bonnet pepper, they're wonderful. And some of them, like over here, are Thai bird peppers. So if you like the jalapeno level heat, these actually have a better flavor to me than the Thai Serrano, the Mexican Serrano jalapeno. And I don't need to tell you all what that is. So I've got two of those babies, and I've got a bigger bush in the back over here. You can't see it from here probably, but in that mess is more curry leaf. And we've got this whole tray of different varieties. Each tag separates a variety of eggplant, and we've got a bunch of different tomatoes. Cucumbers. This is the Indian beans I was talking about, the cluster beans. I just started them. Bitter melon, this is the Chinese bitter melon, which is longer and fatter. This is something called chaya or leaf spinach. That's from Mexico. It'll grow 6 feet tall, and you can eat the leaves, but you got to pour the water off, boil them in water, and pour the water off a couple of times before you can safely consume them. And then we have some tropical fruit trees and lime trees, and I'll have a shipment of citrus coming in sometime this month. Cucumbers, bitter melon, probably more cucumber. Oh, winged beans. Y'all know the Goa beans from South India? This is a winged bean that's supposed to produce early. So some people call them Goa. I've got cardamom. And I just started more peppers. All this is Scotch bonnet, except for this tray is going to have Turkish cardula peppers, yard-long beans, Asian green cucumbers, which are like 1.5 feet long. Great flavor. I let things dry out in here, so I may have killed all of these. And that happens. Green peppers, and we've got ahi peppers, cayenne. But this is how I start my seed. I throw them down put them moist, put a little bit of more potting soil or seed starter mix on top, and you try to keep it moist. But the heating mat, I guess, got going too hot because the probe came out, and it was measuring the temperature of the air instead of the temperature of the soil. So the heat mat got too hot, and that's how all that happened. So, got to watch your equipment. I'm going to turn the phone off real quick and water these guys. And right now they're being fed every time I water them with a water-soluble organic fertilizer. All right, watering done. But you see, if you want to get some, come and get some comfrey. Plants this size, that's one, that's $8 each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got a dozen. Oh, here's lucky 13. 13 plants for sale, $8 each. Oh, 14. And it will come up all over your yard, but you'll love it. And in the bee yard here, see, we've got the beehives, and got a little bit of bee activity. Is cooling off, so they're coming home at this point. But this is a fountain that I made from gobo leaves out of cement, and there's we're being cussed at by a bird. I'm sorry. Sounds like a cardinal. Anyway, we have to get a new pump this year, but we use solar power pump to pump water out of this tub. And the frog that lives here has already shown up, and he sits like over in this area during the morning hours. You can look out the bathroom window there and see him. It's a leopard frog. And here's a bee going down to get a little bit of water. And I'm sure he's really fat and well fed eating bees. Although I don't understand how you can swallow a bee without getting your tongue stung. And we have some daylilies that I planted around here that actually Brother Atta gave me when he first met me. So Atta, those are your daylilies. They're still with us. You got some coming up here too. And this year, I want to try, in these nesting or planting boxes here, I want to try growing some mushrooms. I recently saw some videos on how to grow oyster mushrooms in these things. And I'd like to try that this year, I think. We do like our mushrooms. So that's it, guys. So far, the garden's looking really good for this time of year. Sun's starting to go down. I think the towers look really nice. Nice and green and lush. Bamsy, are the bees stinging your butt? He's eating bees on the ground. They're gonna get you. They're gonna get you, Bamsy. If y'all wondering where I came up with the name Bamsy, it's the name of that's sassy. It's the name of a Turkish warrior that fought alongside the father of the guy that established the Turkish Empire. Bamsy was kind of a joker. He was famous. I think his whole name was Bamsy Bayrek. Famous for fighting with two swords, one in each hand. He was a force to be dealt with when he was on the battlefield. But other than that, he was a real clown. And this dog is a real clown. Okay. So, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. See ya. Happy planting. You know, dirty fingernails, so happy planting.